Today we're highlighting Bree, a quarter horse mare born 2018, making her 2.5 years old at the time of this video. Bree is working with 10-year-old Haley, who is also learning how to help a horse with groundwork. Bree can be choosy about who she allows catch her in pasture. Haley is one of the people who can walk right up to her and catch her regularly. She has come a long way and definitely continues to improve with being caught, and in a home will very quickly become an in-your-pocket kind of horse. Bree came to us as an unhandled weanling from the Kingsbury seizure last year. Her herd was neglected. We called her Bony Bree for a very long time, as it took a while for her to get her weight up, and we did actually have to have her teeth floated this spring. Bree now stands good for tying and appreciates a good grooming. I correct Haley here shortly, as I asked her to switch sides and she went under her neck, but as you can see, not much phases Bree. Bree is easily one of the most intelligent horses on the property. She is going to be an amazing mare, but she also is the kind of mare that will require a lot of variety in her training, and you better teach her the right thing first, because she will learn fast. She learns things the first or second time they are presented to her, and then she's got them. Case in point, we did not have Haley pick her feet before. She's only recently learned to give her feet nicely and being good for the farrier, and here Haley is cleaning out her feet front and back, and Bree is just a champ about them. Bree has come a long way. She was originally a very cautious horse and didn't really enjoy him. She's been a little awkward and bony. Like I said, it took a long time for her to gain weight, but now that she is coming into her third year, she really is starting to be a very beautiful girl, and you'll see here shortly. You can see signs of the mare she's going to be. I think she'll be a decent size, probably around 14.2 to 15 hands, and really is well put together and moves very well. Here we're just showing that she quietly follows and leads any direction. She will stop when you stop. She's usually much better at backing up, but again, I do have a child working with her, and Haley is still learning herself. So when Haley does ask to back up, the cue's a little jumbled, but Bree does do it. I still think it's important to see, because we do think Bree has a lot of potential to be a 4-H project or to go to a family with children, and you can just see how she's going to respond to your children who don't know what to do really. And again, Bree is just a lovely girl. As you can see here, she's put together very nicely. She's developing into a lovely mare. About to hit a quick clip where Haley asks her to yield her hindquarters. She does quite well at it. We're still learning yielding hindquarters and front and shoulder. We don't show shoulder because it wasn't great, but she does get the yielding. As you can see, she crosses over nicely. We're still working on keeping the front end quiet, but she is only 2 years old, so where her groundwork is for a 2-year-old, we're quite happy. Haley has recently started to learn how to lunge a horse, and Bree also has only had 2 other sessions on a lunge line. So keep that in mind as you watch here. I am directing them, obviously, but Bree is just so willing and knows kind of what she's supposed to do already. As I said earlier in the video, you're going to have to use a lot of variety with training her, and you're not going to want to train her poorly, because she's going to pick it up. Here, she already knows that lunging means go, so she's walking. I'm asking Haley to give her a little more energy, get her moving a little quicker. So she went a little overboard there, and we got an ugly trot, but here in a minute we're going to get a pretty trot. And Bree goes right into it and is very smooth and listens well. One thing we look for in lunging is that they don't pull against the line, they carry it. So we can manipulate them with the line, and she does it beautifully. She's not pulling, she's not causing any problems. With an intelligent horse like Bree, though, you do have to make sure she's responding to your cue and not anticipating. So that's when I say there needs to be variety in training. After a while, you might ask her to do something else if it seems like she's starting to give you what you want before you ask for it. Here we just asked for reverse and walk on. Some of our older horses take much longer to learn reverse, and as you may have noticed, Haley actually accidentally bopped her in the nose with the whip, and Bree just kind of was like, whoa, that wasn't very nice. Did not overreact, is not dangerous in any way. This is a lovely young horse that needs to be in a home and needs to have somebody train her. She can do just about anything and is going to enjoy just about anything. With her lines and her size, she could go anyway. She could do barrels, she could do jumping, she could do hunter jumper, she could do western pleasure, she could do eventing because she's brave and intelligent. There literally is very little I don't think she could do. And you'll notice here a little bit, maybe earlier, she tends to move into lateral work really quickly when Haley forgets to open up her shoulder and maybe gives her the wrong cues. She pushes her butt out. That also shows potential for dressage in the future, or even western dressage. You could do anything. The lateral work is going to come very easy to this horse. Today was the first day we tried a saddle pad. We had never done it before, and we took a little bit time off camera to introduce it, but this is literally within the first 10 minutes of ever introducing a saddle pad to her, and she took it really, really well. She's a little cautious at first, but she doesn't push, she doesn't run you over, she doesn't overreact. Here I asked Haley to just walk up to her like she's a normal horse and put the saddle pad on. Because, you start cautious, but then they've got to get to the point where they're comfortable. And she did very well. We led around with it, and then I, off video, also put it on and off very quickly. We decided to stop here for the day. We thought Bree did amazing. We hope you did too. This beautiful horse needs to find a home, and she needs to be trained, and I hope she goes home with you this winter.